guys, Hailey Lain, aka Key Black here, and welcome back to another episode of Off the Cuff. And once again, I have Jessica Calais Sheffield.
Hello.
And Mon Pian.
Hello.
Joining me for this one, and continuing on the topic of cosplay from last time, because, like, it's it's kind of funny. Like, I think back to, what are the cosplays I've done? Well, Chopper, Sonic.
Oh, God.
I don't know if I ever told you guys I did a Sonic cosplay. Very fun,
God.
but it's also like, I cosplayed
Lord.
Sonic. I definitely did that.
Fucking Lord!
You gotta understand from my perspective that, you know, someone who has never cosplayed and here and he's like, yeah, I dressed up as Sonic the Hedgehog when I was 13. I'm like, what? Why would you do that?
That meme of like, what do I look like? Somebody who would dress up as Sonic the Hedgehog? Come on, I've got more class than that.
Yes, so
Yeah, I dressed up as Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes!
Sega's a hell of a drug. That was the same year I did the Bendy cosplay.
Oh, Lord.
There are so few cosplays I've done where it wasn't a mascot suit or some kind of big mask. Like, if I think back through most of them, like the ones that didn't involve that, I did like Nami for 1 year when I was like teeny tiny. And then I did Luffy, like 3 or 4 different Luffys. I did one Yugi, and most of the rest are like, I wore a mask. It's interesting. I haven't really considered that many characters, right, where it's just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do makeup instead of, you know, mascotting it up.
Yeah, I think after I did Duo Maxwell, he was just very, honestly, Duo Maxwell was very much my personality when I was a teenager, you know, like edgy, like the god of death is back from hell. Like I was, you know, drawing edgy stuff and I was into edgy things. I was total tomboy. And then I hilariously, I cosplayed George Desand, which was also in character because, as we're gonna see with episode 20, he's a total egg lord poser.
We love
and then
George.
I cosplayed Zelos, and that was a lot of fun. I loved cosplaying Zelos.
I don't remember learning that you cosplayed Zelos. I'd love to see photos of that one.
Oh, they don't exist because, again, I did all this way before, like, online media was really a thing. The only photos we had were actually taken on film cameras, like you had to develop them,
man.
right?
Ancient
Yeah.
technology.
From the last
The
stage.
last stage.
Yeah. But I always cosplayed characters that I would have liked to actually be in character for. And that's why for me it was always fun.
Yeah, I can see a thread with the characters you play. It's just like, you say the characters and I'm like, yeah, I can see Jess doing that.
Yep. And that is a secret.
Meanwhile,
Hailey!
yeah, Lewis, Sonic, Bendy, Sans. There's one female character in there somewhere, I swear. It's funny though, because like between all those cosplays, the ones that I always had the most fun in were, ironically enough, and I never even put much thought to this, the ones where I went out of my way to try and be like, okay, I'm gonna walk around like this character for a little bit. But I never put 2 and 2 together about like, that's what cosplay should be all the time.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I mentioned well, I don't know if I mentioned this one before, but like when I dressed up as Lewis, I made it a point to like strut around the convention, like acting like this very proper kind of egotistical character, which was really fun, and especially since I didn't really have to speak for the role. But you know, there's a far cry between that and like, I am gonna be dressed as this character and then look for other people who are in the series that I like, and then just gonna ask for photos and then move on to the next one.
Yeah, the Lewis cosplay is more, I'm gonna put on this giant thing and I'm going to manipulate it like a puppet. That's not really the same as I'm gonna embody this character and interact with people as the character. Like two of the most fun cosplays I did back in the day were Celis Victoria from Hellsing, because I had a friend who was Alucard, and we had a great time going around the convention, you know, basically acting like we were there to kill zombies. And I also cosplayed Calipha, and no one knew who I was, but I acted like I was basically CP9 investigating like an incident. And then the latest one you did, you finally did something like that, right?
I did. I finally decided, okay, I'm gonna be dressed up as Yami Bakura, and I'm gonna make it my point to be like, okay, I am the villain. There were a couple other Yu-Gi-Oh cosplayers there, but the most fun interactions that I had were like, there was this one group of friends, one guy noticed me, pointed me out to one of his other friends in the group. She freaked out, and then I went like, oh, well, it's a pleasure to meet fans. Say, can I invite you to a game? I'm quite the DM when it comes to role-playing. And their reaction was like, oh, no, I know you. I know what it's like playing games with you. I'm not falling for that one. It's like, perhaps next time.
Yeah, that's real cosplay, and that's what brings people back when they're really into that kind of stuff, because it's supposed to be playful. It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah, and again, from coming from the outside, I noticed people who actually think about their costumes as a character and how they're going to move in it and how they're going to do stuff. The costumes come out so much better.
Yeah.
There's people who are like they're not performing, they're not acting. They're kind of just like, yeah, I'm going to stick on this hat and I'm this character.
Yeah.
But then you get people who are just like, I am going to become that NPC from Ghostbusters, and no one is going to stop me.
I'm making macaroni and cheese, and no one can stop me.
Are you gonna play Bakura again?
Yes.
Matsuri?
Oh, yeah.
She is going to be
Absolutely,
Bakura,
yeah.
our cameraman.
Yes.
For the Yu-Gi-Oh!
Actually, that's a good point. Guys, for those of you who aren't already aware, and for those of you who might have seen the panel from last Anime Matsuri, Jess and Monpian are going to be putting on 2 more panels at least. One is going to be the G Gundam panel for the 30th anniversary, and the other one is going to be another Yu-Gi-Oh panel following up on the one from last year.
That was a very popular panel. I think it might have been one of the most, I think it was the most popular fan panel at the convention, like by attendee count.
It was like, what, over 220 people came to show up to that one? It was like double the capacity of the room.
Had a line out the door.
9,000 people showed up. It was great. 10,000. Maybe 11.
Hey, Vegeta, what's the attendee count of that panel from last year?
Ugh, it's over 9,000!
It's over capacity!
Ancient memes.
So anybody who is going to Anime Matsuri or has been considering doing it, please, it's going to be fun this year, and we would love to see you there.
Mark your calendars.
Yes, both G Gundam and Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, guys, thanks so much again for listening and for watching. Thank you two as well for joining once again.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
And we will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.